let's segue into working as a solo artist compared to a team of artists. It's a good little segue. We were just talking about that. Amy, you've known no different.
Yeah.
You walked right into a community of artists here at Girlz Inc., and this is where you've been. Can you imagine working on your own, being alone?
Absolutely not. No, there's no way. I mean, I'm going to be 100% honest. Before I like commit to like a color and a game plan, I literally would like skip over to Michonne's room and be like, hey, what do you think about blah, blah, blah? Like I would make her come into my room just to like say yes or no or do this or do that. I love being able to do that.
Yeah.
Like it makes me feel more confident. Like I always try to kind of second guess myself. So when I ask somebody and then it's kind of, I get jazzed when I say what I think. And then when it matches up with like, oh, I would do this. I'm like, yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Well, Michonne used to do that with me.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point, I would say about the 3-year mark.
Mm-hmm.
She would come and ask me, should I use like a 5-shade or this? And I'm like, what do you think you should use? And I'd make her answer her own questions. Or should I use this color and this color? What do you think you should use? What are you leaning towards? Mm-hmm. And so I stopped answering her per se.
Right.
And because I want to know where she was in her thought process. Like, how are you? How close are you to the right answer in your thought process? And then she would answer me. And I'm like, you just answered your own question.
Right.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And she's really good with color theory. So I did like to pick her brain.
Yeah.
Which she usually used loaded, the loaded line. So it was very different. But I did like to know her game plan.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And I mean, and I learned a lot from that because you can only read so much and watch so much on a laptop, but having like the hands-on training, that's where I thrive. Like, I need to like do it. I need to see it. I need to feel
all the real live clients coming in and we're looking at their face. Like we had one today.
Yeah.
You had one today. Super pink.
Yeah. And she healed so ashy.
She healed ashy. Yeah, but she was super pink and she pulled gray, but she knew it. She was like, yeah, I know. I always pull gray.
Yeah.
You know, she pulled gray with her eyeliner and I mean, you can just look at her. Yeah. You know,
and her lips look good, huh?
Her lip looked good. Her lip looks so good. You nailed those lips. You nailed those lips. And it was
a correction. And that was those that don't know. It was a mess. So.
Yeah. Oh no, it was purple blotches throughout this lip.
Oh yeah.
But you walked your game plan towards me. We came up with a game plan together.
Yeah.
Kind of walked through it, talked out loud with her right there.
Yeah.
Talked out loud.
Yeah.
And but I do that with my clients, even if I'm in a room all by myself.
I do too.
With my client, I think out loud and I say my plan out loud to them.
And people always say like, oh, if they've had previous work, they're like, my artist didn't tell me anything. They didn't explain anything. But like when I was a client before I did permanent makeup, I remember coming in and I was like, are you doing circles? Like, what are you using? Like, I didn't ask a lot of questions, but then once I learned all the stuff, I'm like, I honestly can't believe I went and got permanent makeup, basically blindfold. Like, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Like, thank God,
good thing you picked
thank
me.
God I came to you. I couldn't even imagine because that was a long time ago. But I mean, I like to educate my clients just so they know what they're getting themselves into and they have like realistic expectations for the outcome.
Exactly.
They know the risk and
no, that's
like
good. It's good to be a really good communicator with your client and tell them what you're using, why you're not doing this, why you're doing that. When I'm on the skin and I'm working, if they start bleeding a lot or if I'm experiencing like an area not taking color, I'm like, ooh, this area ain't taking color. I say, okay, I'm doing that. And I just talk out loud with what I'm experiencing as I'm doing the procedure. And I've had several clients tell me that they like that. Yeah. It calms them. They like that.
And they don't know what you're doing.
No, they don't know what you're doing.
So if you kind of tell them a little bit, then
you can tell them one thing and you're doing 100%. Yeah. So Ren, you're 5 years in, and for 4 years, today it's your birthday. You've been here 1 year today, or interviewed you.
Today was my interview a year ago today.
Yeah. Well, happy interview day.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was a goofy laugh. Okay. Shut up, Olivia. I said, oh, go ahead and snort laugh. Olivia just snort laughed. I hope that was caught on your mic. You make fun of me and Olivia over there snort laughs. Okay, that was great. It's priceless. I hope you all caught that. And no denoising that snort laugh, Willow, if it was caught on the mic. Olivia Olivia's beat red. Olivia's pregnant, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, we haven't announced it yet. Yeah,
well,
I keep
you just did.
No, I just did. Well, I might as well with the three of us. Olivia, the captain in the Tatter-a-fact console technical chair is prego. Bun in the oven. Yes. She's pregnant. We're so happy. It's about the size of an onion, you told me a couple weeks ago.
Aww. That's crazy.
I know. Crazy, 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 right? Yeah. That didn't help you snort laugh, though. I wonder if your kid's going to snort laugh. Probably.
Most likely.
All right. Back to business. Okay, Ran. So you came from solo artist 4 years.
Yeah.
Into the Girlz Next Door, all of us artists. Was it a hard transition? What was it like? Do you prefer having a bunch of artists around you? Did you prefer solo artists? It's okay for you to be honest.
So, when I came into the industry, I was 18 years old, and there was what I thought was really only one way of doing it, and what I mean by that is, like, especially in the actual tattooing part, I only knew whipping and pendulum before I moved here.
Yeah.
I only knew how to use a 1, a 3, and a 5. I never did any circles unless I was doing lift.
Right.
And so when I ended up moving here, there was just something. I remember I got an email from you and Kat asking, saying, hey, we really like your work. We'd like for you to come in and chat. And then, like, the end of the message said, would you like to come in tomorrow? And I'm literally getting out of the shower and I'm running around the house. I was like, I just got an email from Girlz Inc. Oh my God. Oh my God. I was really excited, and and of course, this isn't just me kissing your ass, but I really do think just being here since January 7th, because that was the first day I really started working out of here, I've incorporated so many movements and so many needles, and I've understood color so much better than I usually did with my previous clients before. And so now, like, in this year, I really feel like I'm more of like a really well-grounded artist rather than just, a technician that knows how to do a nice shape. And yeah, I can freehand a little bit, but I mean, like, I'm like confident now in my work. And I think being in a collective has helped me a lot, especially with the stuff that Amy was saying, that, it's so important to be able to bounce ideas.
Mm-hmm. And I think it was good for you because we've talked about this before. I think you have a little social anxiety. You have anxiety. You deal with anxiety. Mm-hmm. And I think,
don't we all?
Yeah. and in different levels. In different ways. I know you have anxiety, Amy. Mm-hmm. And I certainly deal with my episodes of anxiety, and you have anxiety. Yeah. I've never really had social anxiety. Like, I'm pretty comfortable being around people, if I don't know them, or walking into a group of people. You are not. You deal with that, and I'm wondering if that's why. I'm wondering if being like a solo artist for 4 years, like, contributed to that as well. But
it did definitely.
But so has it helped you with your anxiety on that level, being around? Because it's not just you're around like me, Amy, and Sophia. I mean, we've got all the apprentices.
Yeah, no,
so there's lots of
it's like a family of what, like 12, 13 people?
12, 13
including
of us.
The admin.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people in here. Yeah, because we got Sarah and Katrina and, these two birds over here, in the podcast room. So there's a lot of personalities,
I think with me, I have always been like a total rock star with my clients. Yeah. Because like anytime I've like ever done an appointment with somebody, usually like I kind of view it kind of like a video game. And that's how, just with how I've worked, and I've been able to kind of manage how nervous I do get, because you have to be on top of your A game. Yeah. And even if you're looking at that skin and you're like, I have no idea how this is going to turn out. You can't have any kind of like slither of, what am I trying to say? You can't let that client know that you feel that way at all, right? So I trained myself in that aspect, but then it took a lot longer for me to feel like confident around colleagues that do the same thing, right? And I think that all kind of just circled around like how I felt about my own work also, you know,
which was probably really good for you. I think it causes growth.
Yeah,
it causes growth. And I think as an artist, you always want to put yourself in a situation that promotes growth, promotes versatility, promotes skill building.
Yeah.
Right. And for me, and it's just the way I'm wired, and I'm probably because the way I was raised, like my father, you know, I definitely push you guys to the edge of what you think you're capable of. Yeah. But that's my job. I think that's a mentor's job, is to push you guys to the edge of your capabilities. Or you stay safe. You stay safe, and you don't grow, you know. And I did that to my own self as a solo artist, and not everything went right, you know.
Yeah.
When I was learning camouflaging and scalp, all that stuff, I used to do it all for years and years and years, and I was a solo artist, you know, for 13 years, you know. I was in a salon. I had a room, and so I had to do that for my own self to get to where I'm at, and I love doing it with you guys. It's like it's great. It's
like our own little community, like, and we get each other. Like even now, like if I don't feel good about something that I did, or if I get like Hild results back, like, I'm pretty hard on myself, but when I go home, like my dude and my kid, they don't get it.
They don't get it.
So then if I whine about it, they're like, whatever. But you guys have a little bit more compassion. For me, like, you know, and you help kind of pick me back up.
Yeah. Well, and we did that with your lips. You hit a roadblock with your lips, and you weren't feeling good, and you know, and just beating yourself up. And I'm like, hey, Kat, we need to go lay down, help out Amy.
Talk about no pressure.
Yeah, my wife. But she'd been bugging me to do her lips. So I'm like, and she was like, I would absolutely. So you and I did Kat's lips together. And I could sit there and really concentrate on you working. And I saw a few things.
Right.
And we adjusted them.
It was like almost everything. I was doing it right, but it was just like my stretch wasn't tight enough. Like,
yes.
I wasn't doing enough shoveling, enough circling. My pressure was a little bit too light. It was like all these little.
There was a few little
factors.
Things. Yeah.
And then after we did that one, now we've done these, or I've done other ones, and now I see them.
And look at today.
2 girls that are in the studio, so I get to see them.
Yes. Well, you did Willow's.
I'm like, that was like the confidence I needed.
And Sarah's.
Was something good.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's all it takes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all it takes. Yeah. You know, when you're not, you know, lip after lip after lip, no matter what procedure is, we're talking about lips, you're not happy with the results.
Yeah.
And then you get down and you feel defeated.
And then you're scared when it pops up on the book. I'm like, no, I hope it cancels.
Right.
Oh,
but if you're a solo artist, you might not ever get out of that headspace and do a lip again. But when you're in here, like, I'm not going to let you stay there. Like, Ren's not going to let you stay there. Right. You're not going to let Sophia stay there or Ren stay there. Like, we help each other out. Book a model. Book a model. Get a model. Let's tattoo them together.
Right.
Or I'll tell you, well, that's normal. It's fucking normal. And I think I told you, it took me 6 years. 6 long, miserable years working out everything I was doing wrong with lips. Lips was the last procedure that came into me for me and that I mastered. Yep. Eyeliner was first, then brows, and I struggled with lips for 6 years, Amy. 6 years.
Wow.
I was not. Yes, I was not.
Lips are scary.
Lips are scary, and I wasn't that happy. It was inconsistent. I wasn't like messing anybody up, but it was inconsistent results, and I wasn't happy. 6 years, and you're at your 3-year mark, so. You've beat me by 3 years. You've arrived. I think you have a ways to go.
Oh,
but you just did a challenging lip, a super challenging lip.
Right.
That would have made my pit sweat. Right. And you had to think very strategically. We mapped it out. We worked it out. We thought about it, and you executed it all by yourself. I wasn't even in your room when you did the tattooing, and we both just got to see her lips today. She was tickled pink. you're smiling ear to ear. You were
Yeah.
like, I could tell you were so fucking happy.
We were so nervous because she wanted like a mauve-y color, but she pulls those like purple colors. So I was like,
her lip was all
I told her
blotchy
like,
from
hey,
her
we
last
can't
procedure.
do that, and this
Yeah.
is why. And I could tell that she didn't really feel confident, but she was kind of like, well, okay, I guess I'll just let you do your thing. Like I trust you.
Well, because here's
but
you
I
and
could tell
I.
she didn't,
Right.
because we were back and forth.
And we're going, oh yeah, see these dark purple spots.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, well that could show
Yeah.
through, and blah. We got to do this. I
Yeah.
want you to do this, this, and this. See me and see that big old spot right there. Okay, that don't look good. We got to do. So
Yeah.
that's the way we talk.
Yeah, so she was like,
So
oh,
she's
no.
probably sitting there going, driving home like, oh my god.
Yeah.
She might be thinking like, are my lips that bad?
Well, and they looked super pink when we finished, which she didn't really want. But now that they're healed, she was like, I love my lips. Look at them.
They are beautiful. You would
Yeah.
never look at her lip today and think for 1 second that's what they looked.
What it looked like.
They had purple
She had like
pigment
a
all
weird
throughout.
liner.
Yeah.
Like
No,
everywhere.
you rocked them. So I think you're well on your way to doing really, really good lips. So 2024, I'm really excited for you to level up on your lips
Mhm.
and really start rocking those out now that your confidence is kind of
Right.
back with those.